What's up, YouTube? This is RZ101, aka Red Zone 101. Hopefully, everyone's doing well out there. Before we begin this video, I want to say I hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving, a safe Thanksgiving. Uh, this is the time to be thankful for what you have. Sometimes, we look at what we don't have and we forget what we still have. And just a time to be grateful for that. Okay, as you see here, I got a brand new firearm. I have wanted this firearm. Let me see. This right here, let's talk about it. This here is a Beretta CX4 Storm 9mm carbine. Unload it. No mag in there. This is the second generation of this firearm. Um, the first generation came out in 2003. And ever since 2003, I have wanted one. This here, um, this is a gun you either love or else you hate. A lot of people, because of the design, there is nothing. Let me put it like this. If you look at this firearm again, there is nothing traditional about this firearm. It looks like something from Battlestar Galactica sci-fi series. Wait a minute. As a matter of fact, I think it was in that series. They just modified the barrel here. They put another barrel shroud on here, and hey, it already had the look. Anyway, but as I say, getting back to what I was getting at, I have wanted this firearm since 2003. When they first came out, I just thought they were so cool. I just wanted one. But back then, for whatever reason, when I had the money, I forgot about it and didn't get it. When I did have the money and I wanted to get it, you couldn't find them. For a while, from what I heard, they quit producing these. This is the new Gen 2. I think this came out, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think it came out last year or the year before that. And this is the first generation that they made in the dark earth uh, here color, and I just really loved it. Um, Now, I was at my local range, right? And I'm shooting, and after I finished shooting, I went out and I'm looking around at the guns that they had on display because they sell guns there, and I saw this gun here, and I said, "Hey, can I take a look at that?" They took it down for me. I picked it up and shouldered it, and let me tell you, it just felt right. I was like, "Wow, that's the gun I've always wanted to add to my collection. I'm going to get it." Now, granted, didn't have the money to get it, but I told the manager, I said, hold it for me. I will be back and I will have you the money, right? So I went, I sold one of my PC carbines that I had that was working great, but I wanted this one, so I made a sacrifice. I went, had to even borrow a little bit of money. You do what you have to do. Well, I wanted it. Let's put it like that. It wasn't that I had to have it, meaning it wasn't, um, what is the word I'm looking for? It wasn't a need, but this was a want. I wanted it and I was going to get it. Borrowed the money, got the money together, went after work and bought it that night. And I'm like, wow, I got it. I mean, it's a blowback design, 9mm. Um, I was like, I'm good, right? Even though I was thinking there's some other things I could have done with that money, this was something that I didn't see a lot, and I had a chance to get it. I had a way to get it. I was going to get it, so I got it. Okay. So anyway, got the gun, took it home. I'm thinking, well, I got to let my wife know I got it. I know I'm going to hear it, but, it was worth it. That's what I was thinking at the time. So, got it in the house. I told my wife, I sold one of my firearms and I had to get a little money together, but I wanted this one really bad. She was really understanding and like, okay, you wanted it. Hey, I got a good wife. Thank God. She bears with my my hobby, or should I say my addiction. I love my firearms. Okay. Anyway, so I decided to load up a mag. I want to make sure that it was cycling correctly. I loaded up a mag, put it in the firearm. It comes with one 20-round mag. Okay. But I found a place, another place that I shop at, that had the 30-round mags. So I bought two of these. Came up to about $100 and some. So anyway, I've got between that and the scope and the let me see, the Olight Mini for now, I've got over about 1,200 invested in the gun. This is a Firefield scope. It's a 1x4x24 and really good for close range and also for medium range shooting, which is perfect for the 9mm in a carbine. Anyway, getting back to my story. I put a mag in. Mag goes in the bottom. Put a mag in. Drew the slide back. And it cycled perfectly. I'm like, cool. So I'm like, I don't have to shoot it for right now. I dropped the mag. And I went to eject the round. And the round would not eject. And I'm like, okay, what happened here? So I locked the slide back, took my finger, couldn't get the round to come out, so I took a knife, lifted up the tip of the bullet. The bullet, and the round fell out. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe that was just a fluke, right? Put the mag back in. Same problem. Happened to me 4 times, and I'm like, now I'm kind of in panic mode. I'm like, I just bought this gun. Didn't really have the funds to get it, because anytime you have to borrow funds, that's money that you don't have that you're going to have to pay back later. That's money you're spending that you don't have now. So anyway, so I'm thinking, okay, let me call them up, right? So the next day, I called up the person at the range that I bought it from, and I told him, like, what's happening. He said, you know what, bring it in, I'll take care of you. Don't worry about it, I got you. So I'm thinking, okay, they had another one sitting, like on the shelf. I'm thinking, well, if they can't get this one fixed, I'll get another one, right? Yeah, get there and give him the gun. He takes it to the range. Same thing happens to him. He says, well, you're going to have to call the manufacturer and see if they can fix it for you. And I'm like, well, can't we just do a swap? You have the same gun that's on the shelf. And he said, no, I'm afraid we can't do that. So now, before I was in panic mode when it didn't happen, now I'm angry. Because I'm thinking, really, I've been at this range for how long? You can't switch it out? It's not like a handgun. So I'm thinking, you can't just take this one back and you send it back and give me the one on the shelf. They said no. So anyway, I'm trying to keep my cool. I'm like, okay, no problem. Take the gun. I'll call up Beretta myself and I'll get this handled, right? So anyway, I get back home. And the next day, I'm looking up my my checking account. Now, when I paid for the gun was $847, tax included. Okay, so I gave the person, when I bought it, $800 in cash. Then I gave him my debit card, and I said, put the rest of it on my debit card, right? Went through the process. This is when I purchased it. So he took the cash, counted it out, put it in the drawer, and then he took my card, and I swiped it and what have you. And I thought that that was it. Until 2 days later, when I looked at my checking account, and I find out, because I have 2 checking accounts. I have one that I have my main funds in. I have another that's attached to a debit card that I only put a certain amount in there. So if anyone ever got my debit card, there's only going to be like 15 or 20 bucks in there. Come to find out that not only did this person that rang up the sale take my $800, but he put $847. He put the entire amount on my debit card. So now when I'm looking at my checking account online, I'm overdrawn by $779. To say I was angry would not do it justice. I was furious. I was enraged at this point because I'm thinking, not only did I buy a gun, I could have waited for because of, Christmas is coming up and this and that. The money could have been used for some other things. Not only did I buy a gun that I could have waited on maybe, not only not only does the gun not work, okay? I've got over $1,000 invested in this home defense system, and it's not working. Not a rich man, okay? Got a little bit of money, but I'm not a rich man. But still, is now I find out it's not working. Now I find out on top of all that that I have been charged an extra $800 for this gun, and now my bank is charging me overdraft fees because I'm overdrawn. People, I was pissed. Okay, excuse me, I'm just gonna be real with you. I was really angry to the point where my wife said, "Go pray." She saw I was enraged. She said, "Don't do anything stupid." Not that I would have, but at that point I was angry. I mean, when I say angry, I was angry. She said, "Go pray." We have a Christian background. Um, she said, "Go pray." Prayer was the last thing I wanted to do at that time. I did not want to pray. I did not want to pray because I'm angry. But after a while, I just said, okay. I went down in the basement. I got on my knees and I prayed. I said, Lord, I'm angry. Right now, my heart is not right. It's not in the right place. I'm not in a good place right now. And I prayed. And the Spirit, God has a way of just calming you down. The Spirit of God just came over me, and I just started to calm down. And I said, okay, I forgive these people. Maybe they did it on purpose. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. I'm just going to relax. I'm going to, I forgive them. I'm going to get this taken care of. I'm praying that you help me to get this taken care of. Okay. So anyway, I'm cool. Cooler. Um, didn't go to work the next day. Head and my heart wasn't in the right place. Plus, wasn't feeling too good. Stress is horrible. You got to be careful with stress. Stress is a horrible thing. Stress will kill you faster than almost anything else. So anyway, stayed home. I chilled. Um, Later on, when I felt better, I called up the place that I got the gun from, and I spoke to one of the young ladies there that I've known for a long time, and I explained to her what happened. I told her I'm not happy. I'm really upset. Didn't use those exact choice words. Lord forgive me. And she said, I will have the manager to call you right. No, no. She said, he'll be in at such and such time. You can call him back and I'll explain the problem. I said, no problem. I'll call back. And I explained to her, I'm not angry with you, but I'm angry at the situation. Okay. I told her, you've always been straight with me, but I am really angry about the situation. Anyway, I call up the manager later and I spoke to him and he said, I am so sorry. Come up here, bring your debit card. I will have that refunded for you as soon as you get up here. Okay, cool. Took I took my debit card up there. I kept thinking, keep you cool, you know. And he refunded my money. Wasn't instant. Had to go to the bank and explain what happened so that they could reverse the overdraft fees. And come to find out that they said they'd have to wait until they got the money back in, which didn't happen until Monday. Anyway, and this was Thursday. This was Thursday that I had talked to him. So anyway, had to deal with all that during the weekend. I got to a point where I was calm. I said, Lord, it's going to work out. Uh, Monday, I checked my account as soon as I woke up. The 800 was back on there. Okay, that part. I'm breathing easier about because now my account isn't overdrawn. Okay. Now that week that it happened, the same night that I noticed that the um, the CX4 Storm wouldn't eject, I called up Beretta, explained the problem to them, and the lady said, "Well, you can send the gun in." And I said, "Well, what is the turnaround time?" She said, "Well, hang on a minute." That was not a good sign. She came back a few minutes later and said, "Well, the turnaround time is about 12 weeks." 12 weeks without my firearm? Without a brand new firearm that I just bought? I said, no, that's not going to work for me, okay? I said, the problem is in the bolt assembly because it's not ejecting. I said, send me a brand new bolt assembly. I'll have my gunsmith to put it in, and I'll take care of it on this end. She said, okay, let me check and see if the part is in stock. So she went, I had me on hold a while, came back and said, we got the part in stock. We're going to ship it to you. I'm like, okay, great. Hopefully that's going to solve the problem. Make a long story short, this right here, and this is a big boat. This is the boat assembly for the Beretta CX4 Storm 9mm. That is a hefty boat right there. That's big. Blowback. Anyway, so this is the old one. I put the new one in yesterday because it came. I got the boat yesterday, which was beautiful. Customer service did exactly what they said they were going to do. Beretta customer service is top notch. I mean, I give them 5 stars. Heck, let's go for 6.5 out of 5. Okay. So anyway, put the new boat assembly in myself. Wasn't rocket science. You just took the gun apart, breaks down in 2 pieces. You take the old boat out, you slide the new one in. But before I put it in, I did put some oil on it, to lube it up a little bit. Put it back in, loaded up a mag, put the mag back into the gun, and I'm thinking, I'm really hoping this solves the problem. Pulled the charging handle back, let it go, cycled around with no problem, dropped the mag, and I'm thinking, okay, let's see if this is going to happen again, because if it does, I've got to go to my gunsmith that's in the area. There's 2 that I know. And I pulled the charging handle back, ejected with no problem whatsoever. I mean, it was like, ah. I mean, I felt like that. Literally, like a beam of light just came down and just bathed me. And they're like, it's working. My baby is working. Okay. Yes, I'm happy. Okay. I don't mind you guys for knowing I'm really happy. So then I put the mag back in and I said, let me see if it'll eject rounds with the mag in it. Put the mag back in, cycled around, ejection, 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 ejection. They all ejected with no problem. Let me tell you, you talk about somebody talk about a weight being lifted off of your shoulders. This was, as you see the title, this was my Beretta CX4 Storm 9mm horror story with a silver lining. The silver lining is that I didn't have to pay anything to get it fixed, and it's working. At least it's working on the ejection part of it now. Now I'm about to head out to the range, try it out, and there's going to be a part 2 to this to let you know what I think about it. So anyway, this is my Beretta CX4 Storm 9mm carbine blowback, 16-inch barrel, futuristic design. I think this is the same gun they had in Battlestar Galactica, or yeah, anyway. But this is a gun that I've wanted for almost 20 years. And as I said, it's a want. It's not necessarily a need, although this will be part of my home defense system. So I guess you could say that it's a need. But so far, this thing is working out. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. And I want to say this. Sometimes things don't always go our way. But I was talking to someone at work, and I said, you got to realize that there's a reason for everything. maybe this was the Lord was trying to teach me some patience. So, hey, that's the way I'm looking at it. And maybe showing me some things, like my temper, that I still need to work on. I thought I had that, well under control, but that particular day was like the straw that broke the camel's back, as they say. But then again, if you think about what the word says, it says, the Lord said, I won't give you any more than what you can bear. So anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching. Getting ready to head out to the range now and try this bad boy out. Again, my Beretta CX4 Storm 9mm carbine. And I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for part 2. All right. You guys take care. God bless. And as always, peace.